Okay, so today we're going to learn how to use a spreadsheet. I am logged on right now as a student. This is my student ID, so hopefully what I see will be the same as what you guys see. Now, this little thing is in the way, but those dots is where you find your Google Apps, and we're going to be using Google Sheets. So click on Google Sheets, and this is the screen I see, and I'm going to start with a blank. And this is a spreadsheet. Each one of these little boxes is called a cell, and they are identified by the column and the row. So right here, this is A1, this would be B1, down here would be B4. Up here, let's put a title. Let's call this class spreadsheet. And then what we're going to be doing is finding net change and net percent change. So down here, I'm going to type in as the heading on this column, closing prices. And what I have is 10 prices for a random stock, the last 10 closings for that stock. So I'm going to enter these 10 numbers, and it's 401.04, 387.79, 380.36. This is what takes the time, is entering the data. 424.23, 449.39, 442.15, 423.43, 441.76, 449.76, and 419.62. Now you remember in this class that we use dollars and cents a lot. These numbers are dollars and cents. Let me show you what happens if I enter something that has no cents. Let's say I'm going to make up a price of $422.00. I'm going to put 0.00, but when I hit enter, it just says 422. Or remember that one problem when it was 80 cents and you all said 0.8? So let's say 422 and 80 cents, and it'll say just 0.8. Well, what you can do to convert that to money is if I take my mouse and drag down this column and click right up here where it says format as currency, it converts that all to money. Okay, and you see the 0.00 and the 0.80 are now put in. So we've entered our data. Now we're going to find net change. And if you recall, net change was the difference between the last two closing prices. So to find the net change for this day, it's going to be this number, 401.04, minus this number, 387.79. The spreadsheet can do it for you. So this is a formula you enter. You say equals, and then I'm going to say cell A2 minus cell A3. And if I hit enter, boom, it gives it to me, and it also gives it to me as dollars. Now, here's what the spreadsheet is good for. I want to do it again. So here it would be A3 minus A4. So if I put in the equal sign for the formula and go A3 minus A4, it'll do it again. But now, if I do it one more time, put in an equal sign, it's going to give me a suggestion. And it is going to be A4 minus A5. So I'm going to hit enter. And there we go. So put in a equal sign, take the suggestion, hit enter. So you see how easy this is now? I'm just hitting enter and it's doing it for me bit by bit. Okay. I'm going to keep going down to the end, and I'm going to actually stop on this one because if you remember, those last two were made up numbers. Or if I can just do it anyway, it doesn't really matter, does it? There was a problem. Looks like your formula has an error. Okay, good. I tried to do it on this last cell and it wouldn't work because there was nothing before it to subtract from. And you can see when it went from 387 to 401, it went up $13. From 380 to 387, it went up $7. Now let's see how we can do a percent. Okay, so let's call this heading percent change. So we want to convert that net change into a percent. So you remember the way we did that was we took the net change, which is going to be cell B2, and we divided it by the original. Remember, it was difference over original, do it, DO, difference over original. We've already done the difference, B2, and we're going to divide it by the original, which is we're starting on the 387. That was our start date for that change, so that's cell A3. So I'm going to divide by A3, and I'm going to hit enter. Now that wasn't a percent, that's the decimal. But if I come up here and click on percent, it converted it to a percent for me. Now, let's do it again. So for this one, it's going to be B3, cell B3, divided by cell A4. And we got to make it a percent. So let's make this whole column a percent. All right? Now, let's come down to the next column. If I hit equals, it's going to be B4 divided by A5, enter, percent. Next one, equals. I wonder why it's not giving me the suggestion to do. Use arrow keys to select the range. Okay, so it's going to be B5 divided by A6 equals, okay, there's our suggestion, B6 divided by A7. There you go. I'm not sure why that one took so long to do. So long to give us the suggestion. So you see, I'm just hitting enter now, and it's doing every step for me. Okay, and let's do this last one. And you can see it converted the change into a percent change. Now, say this was your homework assignment and you want to turn it in. Up here where it says share, click on share, and it'll say loading, and who you want to share it with. You want to share it with me and use my teacher email. So it's going to be krother@poughkeepsieschools.org, and then say send, share anyway. Okay, so then what I'm going to want to show you now is I'm going to